Hello students, welcome to Narayana online class. Today we are going to discuss questions on thermodynamics. So let's start the discussion. Student, first question, a PV diagram of a diatomic gas is a straight line passing through origin. So here the PV diagram is having a straight line passing through origin. So what we can say? We can say that P directly proportional to V to the power, P can be said to be directly proportional to this V, because it's a straight line passing through origin. We can say this. Now students, if we write here the molar heat capacity, we have to write. So we can write here from here P V to the power minus 1 is equals to constant K. So on general, on comparing it with the standard form, on comparing, what we can write? We can write here with this polytropic process PV to the power x is equals to constant. We are getting x here as minus 1. Okay, and the molar specific molar heat capacity of a gas can be written as R by gamma minus 1, R by gamma minus 1 plus R by 1 minus x. Yes. So if you substitute here the values, this gamma is for diatomic gas. So if you substitute, it will be 1.4 minus 1 plus R by 1 minus student x, we got minus 1. So just substitute the values here. So what you will get? We will get R by 0.4 plus R by 2. Simplify this a little, we'll get C, this all are C, so we'll get C as 3R, right? So this C is equals to 3R is the required thing which we have to ask. Molar heat capacity of this gas we have to constant. So a gas which is forming a straight line, we can write like this, right? So if this is the given condition, from here we'll get X. With this X we have used here in this. Polytropic constant of this gas is used here. Okay, so let's move to the next question now. The molar heat capacity in a process of a diatomic gas is a gas if it does a work of Q by 4 when a heat supplied is Q. So here student, diatomic gas is given, so CV we can write it will be equals to 5 by 2R. Okay, now we need to find again here the molar heat capacity, but here one thing we know, the work done is given and heat supplied is given. Okay, so if we write CV value, we can write CV can be written as this. CV is 5 by 2R already. This is for diatomic gas we have done. Now if you see here, we know Q can be written as this. Here Q will be NCV dt, and U can be written as NCV dt. Okay. Now here student, if you see, work done is given to us. So if we apply here this first law of thermodynamics, by first law of thermodynamics, what we can write? By first law, delta Q will be equals to delta U plus delta W, right? Now here, from here what we do, from here we find this, just substitute CV here in this equation. So CV, you know, 5 by 2R dt, and this N will take as 1 will be equals to U. So just get dt from here, this equation. So dt will be equals to U by 5 by 2R. Okay, this we have taken as dt value. Now student, if you, this is our dt value. Now if you see here, if we substitute the values here, if it does a work of Q by 4, so work is given and heat supplied given. So we'll write Q delta U, and this work is given as Q by 4. So if you simplify delta U, we can get here Q minus Q by 4. What is this coming student? This du will be coming as 3Q by 4. This is delta U coming. Okay. So this is u value, we substitute u here in this form. What we can do, we can substitute here this u in this form 3q by 4, and what we'll do, we'll substitute this u value here in this form. Now in this process, if you see, the molar heat capacity of this one is given to us. So molar heat capacity of this is given to us. Now dt we already have got the value. So if we find here, this delta u value here, this u value, if we substitute here in this equation, what we can get? We can get this u value will be coming as 3q by 4, and this value will be written as 5 by 2r. This will be your dt. Okay, this will be your dt. So if you simplify it a little, we are getting this as 3q by 10r. This will be our dt. Now where we are going to use this dt? We are going to use, because we know the C formula, C will be dq by dt. Okay, C formula, C will be dq by dt. So already we can substitute here now dq by dt value here. So C is q, and this value will substitute for dt. So if you substitute here 3q by 10, so 3q by 10r. So this will be 3q by 10r. So this q can be cancelled out here, student. If you see here, if you simplify this, we are getting 10r by 3, and that will be the answer of this question. So we know that what we have done here, Cv value is for diatomic gas, we know this. Q, we know it will be NCP dt. Similarly, we know U value NCV dt. Just substitute the value here, get dt here. Dt we will substitute here in this equation. Dt value we have substituted here in this equation. We will get this as the desired form of answer, right? So let's move to the next one now. A monoatomic gas undergoes a process given by 2 du plus 3 dw is equals to 0. Now student, if you see here, this is a monoatomic gas, so again Cv will be given to us, it will be 3 by 2r, right? Now if you see here, from here if you find dw, what will be dw? So if I want to find dw, 3 dw will be equals to 2 du. So dw will be equals to 2 by 3 du. We have just substituted with minus sign, it will come here. Okay, this will be coming here. dw will be equals to minus 2 by 3 du. Now if you see what we need to find here, then the processes, we need to find which process is this. We have to compare here which process is this. So if you see here, dw we already got this thing. Now if you equate here dw value, we know what we know? We know delta Q is equals to delta U plus delta W. Okay, this delta Q can be written as, because this this whole process is going to this one, we can substitute here the dw value. So just du dq plus dw. Just substitute here this student du value. So minus 2 by 3 du. This is what dq we are getting. So if you simplify this, we are getting here as minus 1 by 3 du. This is our dq. We have just substituted the values here. So 3 minus 1 by 3. Now we know dq can be written as this du can be written in terms of NCV dt. So this, if we write it here in terms of NCV dt, what we can write here? Minus 1 by 3 into NCV dt. So NCV, CV value is 3 by 2r into dt. So 3 will be cancelled out here. What we are getting here? We are getting the values as 1 by n r by 2 dt. This is the dq value coming. So if we equate here this d here, this is coming to be r by 2. This is coming to be r by 2, student. So for which process this is r by 2? And for which process this is r by 2? If we equate for adiabatic, if we know for adiabatic and isothermal, this will not be existing. So this is for existing only for polytropic process. So this is existing because it will be 0 and infinity for this isothermal and adiabatic process. So this CV value, it will be coming r by 2 here. So if you check here, this is coming for polytropic process. So which process is this? This is a polytropic process. That will be the answer for our question. So let's proceed to the next question now. U is equals to 2 plus 3 PV. U is equals to 2 plus 3 PV. This is given. We need to find atomicity. So we know that this will be an adiabatic process, student. So we need to get in the form PV gamma to the power constant. We need to get this gamma value here. Okay, so let's check here. U is given to be 2 plus 3 PV. Okay, so if we substitute here, if we do the differentiation, this will be constant, so it will be 0. So it will be coming for 3 PdV plus VdP, right? This is the value coming for du. This is the value coming for du. Now if you know, this is an adiabatic process, so delta Q will be equals to 0. Delta Q will be equals to 0. So by first law of thermodynamics, as adiabatic, so by first law of thermodynamics, what we can write? By first law, we can write delta Q will be equals to delta U plus delta W, right? This is what we know. Now delta Q will be 0. So what we can write? Delta U will be equals to minus delta W. Okay. So du we can substitute here. So it will be 3 PdV plus VdP. And dW can be substituted as PdV. So if you simplify it here with minus sign, so if you simplify it here, what we are getting? We are getting this will be going here 4 PdV, and this will be coming here. So it will be coming with a minus sign, so minus VdP. Now what we'll do? We'll just put here this symbol, this will be coming with 3 because 3 is already there. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll now put the value dP by P will be equals to dV by V. Okay, and we'll put here the value. So this minus 4 by 3. Okay, so here we have, so now we'll do what we'll do, we'll integrate. So when we'll integrate, we'll get the value in terms of ln. So it will be ln P is equals to, if you see here, ln P, and this, if we write here, 3 will be coming here for this constant if we multiply, so 3 ln P, and here we'll get 4 ln V plus constant, some constant will also be there. So if we just check the signs here, this power will go up. So ln P to the power 3 is equals to, because we know if the power is this one, so we can write here ln V to the power 4 plus this constant. So if we do this sign here, this constant can be written as ln C only. And if we simplify it here already we have minus sign. Okay, so if we simplify here, this will go there. So ln P and V to the power 4 plus ln P, and here we'll have some another constant C1. So this power we can add it here because ln will be add here. So we'll get P, and here we have 3. So we can write here P V to the power 4 by 3, and this ln terms can be cancelled out here. We have ln here, we have ln C1 here. So this we can cancel out. So we are getting PV to the power 4 by 3 is equals to C, that is a constant. So what is our gamma value coming? It is gamma value is coming to be 4 by 3. So what is the atomicity here? Atomicity is 4 by 3, and that will be the answer of this question, student. So just a quick check of what we have done. Du, u was given, so du we got it. We just substituted it in the equation and simplify it. Just a basic maths which we have done here, and here the log property is used. Just shift that side, and log a plus log b will be log ab. This is what we have used. So let's move to the next one now. Students, 1 mole of a monoatomic gas is given. Monoatomic gas, we know it will be CV value, we can know it will be this 3R by 2. Now here, what is given here? It undergoes a process from here to here. Now we need to find here this slope. This TB minus TA we need to find. The specific heat in the process we need to find basically. So specific heat, if we know, we can write it as CV plus PdV by NDT. So dt we need to calculate here, dt we need to calculate here, dt can be just the slope of this one. So TB minus TA if we do, student, what will be this? How we find slope? Y2 minus Y1 plus X2 minus X1. So if we write it in terms of PV by NR form, this will be coming as 30, this 30 PV, P0 V0, 30 P0 V0 by NR minus 3 P0 V0 by NR. We are finding Y2 minus Y1 by X2 minus X1. So from here we are getting it as 27 P0 V0 by NR. This is the value of delta T which you can say we got it. Now if we see here, we need to calculate here this PdV, that is work done. So work done, if you find, the work done will be area under this graph. So work done, if you find area under this graph, it will be a triangle and a rectangle here. So this we can calculate here. So work done, if you see here, if you find here the work done will be area under graph AB. Area under graph AB we can solve it here. So area under this will be coming as 18 P0 V0. Just it will be a triangle. All of you can find this area under this triangle. It will be a triangle and a rectangle. So work done, that is PdV, we got it. Now we need to just substitute here in this equation CV. For this it will be a diatomic gas, so it will be 3R by 2. And if you see here, if we simplify this, plug this PdV and NDT value there. So if you plug this, we are getting here as 2R by 3. The whole thing. So if you simplify this, we are getting the answer as 13R by 6, and that will be the required answer for this question, student. So this is how we have to proceed on this part. Let's move to the next one now. If Cp and Cv denote the specific heat of a nitrogen per unit mass, Cp and Cv denotes the nitrogen per unit mass. So we know that Cp minus Cv can be written as R by molecular mass here. It is given as nitrogen, so we can write it, the molecular mass of the nitrogen R by 28, and that will be the required answer for this question. Right, student? So let's move to the next one now. Here in this question, a system is taken from state I to F. So from I to F, this system is IAF. This is how it is taken. So Q is given for IAF process. If we are writing for IAF, Q is given as 50 calorie, W is given as 20 calorie. Students, so for IAF process, Q and U are given. So we by first law, we can write here Q is equals to U plus W. So from here what we can write? We can get U value. So U will be Q minus W. Just substitute here. So we are getting as 50 minus 20 is the U value. So U we are getting as 30 calorie. Okay. Now you know that U is a state function. It will be same for IAF and IBF process. Here you need to find here the work done for IAF. So U is a state function and it will remain same. So if it remains same, U2 will be same as 30 calorie only. Q2 is given here 36 calorie. W2 you need to find, student. W2 is what? So we know, we apply again the first law, Q2 is equals to U2 plus W2. Just substitute here the value, U2 is 30, Q2 is 36 plus W2. So W2, my dear students, what it is coming? W2 is coming as 36 minus 30 and that will be 6. This is the required answer for W2. Students, W2 will be getting, that is along the path IBF, I have denoted by W2. So W2 for IBF path, for IBF. This is for IAF and this is for IBF. So this is the required answer, that is 6 is the required answer for this question, student. So let's proceed to the next question now. A thermally insulated vessel contains an ideal gas of molecular mass m and the ratio of specific heats are given. So gamma value is given to us. So its speed is given as v and is suddenly brought to rest. So initially it will have kinetic energy. So kinetic energy initially it can be written as half mv square and this will be equals to the change in the internal energy. Internal energy change, that is delta U, can be written as NCV delta T. This can be written as N by R by gamma minus 1 delta T. So this, as there is no heat loss, so we can equate this to energy. So equating kinetic energy here with this delta U here, we can write half mv square will be equals to nr by gamma minus 1 delta T. From here we have to simplify for delta T, you will get the required answer. So this is what you have to do in this question, student. Right? So let's proceed to the next question now. Students, here we are given with 100 gram of water and it is heated to, so delta T here, student, is given as 20 degree. Okay. Now it ignore the slight expansion of the gas. So if you ignore the slight expansion in the gas, means what we have to do? So we have to P dV, dV you have to ignore. So dV if you ignore, so ignore expansion means what? We'll have to use dW will be equals to 0. So if dW is 0, my dear student, by using a first law, delta Q can be written as equals to delta U, and delta U it can be written as mCV delta T. Okay, so just substitute the values here. So this is 100 gram, so 100 into 10 to power minus 2, just use here 41820 into delta T is given as 20. If you plug all these values, and here we'll use R by gamma minus 1, just use this, the value here, just plug here these values. If you plug here these values, what we will be getting? We will be getting, we have to convert this into this joule per kg per Kelvin. So if you plug all this value, we will be getting the answer in kilojoule. This will be the required answer in kilojoule. Okay. So just substitute the values here, CV R by gamma minus 1. Okay. So if you substitute all the values here, we'll get the required answer. So that's all what we have to do in this question. Let's proceed to the next question. 5 mole of hydrogen initially at STP is compressed adiabatically. Here it is compressed adiabatically here. You have to find here the increase in the internal energy. So increase in the internal energy, du you have to calculate. So du can be written as NCV delta T. This can be written as nR by gamma minus 1 delta T. Okay, R is given, gamma is given. Okay, so just plug the values here and n is also given. So plug here 5 into 8.3 by 1.4 minus 1 into delta T. What is delta T given here? so that the temperature becomes 673. So change in 273 to 673 here you have to calculate. So it will be delta T will be 400. So if you substitute all these values here, we'll get 41500. That will be the answer of this question, student. Right? So let's proceed to the next question here. Certain amount of heat is supplied to an ideal gas under isothermal condition. So here it is given as isothermal condition. So for isothermal we know delta T will be equals to 0, right? So for isothermal we know delta T will be equals to 0. So whatever amount of heat supplied you are doing, so whatever heat supply you are doing, we know this delta Q, whatever heat supply we are doing, so delta U will become 0 because delta U can be written as NCV delta T here, delta T is 0. So if this delta U will be 0. So whatever heat supply we are doing, delta Q, that will be used to increase the work done here. Okay, so that will be increased to work done here. So that will be used here in doing external work. So that is the answer of this question, right? So let's proceed to the next question now, student. It is an isobaric process. So for an isobaric process, the constant pressures are given. So for isobaric process, we know delta Q is equals to delta U plus delta W. Delta Q can be written as N Cp delta T. Delta U can be written as N Cv delta T, and this can be written as Nr delta T. Now here you have to find here delta Q by delta U. Students, delta Q by delta, if you have to find, what we can do here? So delta Q by delta U you have to find. So just substitute the values here, delta Q and delta U. So delta Q will be N Cp delta T by delta U will be N Cv delta T. On substituting the values here, we are getting Cp by Cv, and that can be written as gamma by 1. So that will be the required answer for this question, right? So let's proceed to the next question now. Again we have an isobaric process. Same thing, if we apply, delta Q will be equals to delta U plus delta W. Delta Q can be written as N Cp delta T. Delta U will be N Cv delta T, right? Just now we have done this, plus delta U Nr delta T. Now this time we have to find the ratio between delta Q and delta W. So if you substitute here delta Q and delta W value, we can write here N Cp delta T by delta W Nr delta T. So this terms can be cancelled out here. If we plug the values here, we will get gamma by gamma minus 1. That will be the required answer for this question. Okay, so this is how you have to proceed. Let's move to the next question here. The conversion of water to ice takes place at constant temperature and constant pressure. So we will write here, this is valid for an isothermal process. It will take at a constant temperature here, and this will be the answer for this question. Taking the next question, during an adiabatic expansion, the increase in the volume associated with. So if we have adiabatic expansion, the increase in volume is associated with what? So if we increase the volume, we know PV gamma is equals to constant. Okay, so if we are increasing the volume, so obviously there will be change in pressure, and similarly we know that pressure and temperatures are also related, because if we write PV is equals to nRT, this P can be substituted in terms of V. V will be nRT by P. So this we can substitute here. So here we will get a relation between nRT by this. P can be written as nRT by V. Okay, this P we are writing it as nRT by V. So P will be written as nRT by V. So we can substitute here V to the power gamma is equals to constant. So we again see there is a relation between V and temperature. So there will be a decrease in pressure and temperature as there will be increase in the volume associated, and that will be the answer of this question. A gas is being compressed adiabatically. The specific heat of the gas you have to find. So it is compressed adiabatically. So dq will be equals to 0. Okay. Now we know C is equals to dq by dt. If dq is 0, so we can say C will be also be 0. So the specific heat of the gas during the compression will be 0, and that will be the required answer. If you take the next question, the gas law PV by T is constant. So PV by T is constant, student. This is coming to be a constant. Now if we know the PV by T is constant, this we can write it, this will be valid because P1 V1 by T1 will be equals to P2 V2 by T2. So this is valid for isothermal also, this is valid for adiabatic also. So this case is valid for both isothermal and adiabatic process because both are changing here. So during an adiabatic compression of the gas, its temperature, what will happen? So during adiabatic compression, again delta Q is 0, adiabatic compression is happening, and when compression will happen, delta U will be this positive. So whatever rise in temperature, whatever compression we are doing it, the temperature of the value, if you see here, this delta Q is positive, so it will raise the temperature of the overall. Okay, so NCV dt if we will apply here, so it will raise the overall temperature because for compression delta U will be positive. So that will be the answer for this question. Now the next question, 1 mole of a gas expand with a temperature T is equals to V is equals to KT square. This is the condition. Okay, V is equals to KT square. Now what we need to find here, work done by the gas we need to find. So student, work done we know it will be P dV. Okay, so here we need P, here we need dV. So if dV we can calculate from here, so dV will be equals to 2 KT dt. On differentiating, this is what we are getting, right? Now we know PV is equals to nRT or PV is equals to RT. If we are taking 1 mole, PV is equals to RT, we know this. So if we want to substitute this P, so what we'll write, P can be written as RT by V, and V value we can write it as KT whole square. So RT by KT whole square. This is what we can write. So we are getting P as R by KT. So P we got, dV we got. Now we need to substitute. On substituting, we just substitute here. On substituting, what we are getting, work done will be, P can be written as R by KT and dV can be, this is dW what we are writing, dW can be written as this. So P will be equals to R by KT and dV we can write it as 2KT dt. So T cancelled here, K cancelled here. So R 2R dt, this is what we are getting. So on integrating, if we integrate it here, we will get W will be equals to 2R, integration of dt will be T. So 2RT, if we substitute the values of T here, T gas change is given as 60 degree. So 2R into 60. So we are getting 120R, and that will be the required answer for this question, my dear student. So this is how you have to proceed in this one. Just one more time, if you see, V is given as KT square. So dW, we know we have to calculate work done, dW can be written as PdV. So I need to get this P. I substituted P in terms of R and KT. I can get dV by just differentiating it. Just substitute the whole value, you will get the answer, right? So let's proceed to the next question here. A monoatomic ideal gas, initially temperature is given. So monoatomic gas, we know the this gamma value for this one. Now it is given, it is on a frictionless piston. So this is the frictionless piston. So the surface area of this will be same. So initially, if we write here, initially if we write V1 can be written as L1 into A, and V2 can be written as L2 into A. This is how we can write V1 and V2 here. Now what is given here? It expand adiabatically, student. And what you need to calculate? You need to calculate here the ratio of their temperature. So if you see here, if we write the ratio of their temperature for adiabatic process, we know T V to the power gamma minus 1 is constant, right? So we can write here T1 V1 gamma minus 1 is equals to T2 V2 gamma minus 1. So we need to calculate here T1 by T2. So T1 by T2 will be equals to V2 by V1 gamma minus 1, right? So if you substitute here this value V1 and V2, if we substitute here, we'll write here L2A by L1A gamma minus 1. A will be cancelled out, we'll get L2 by L1. So if you substitute the gamma value for monoatomic gas, we'll get here L2 by L1 and it will be coming as 2 by 3, and that will be the required answer for T1 by T2 ratio. So this is the answer for the given question. Okay. So because the surface area was same, so we can write V1 will be equals to L1A1. Initially this was the V1 and now we have this as well, V2. So this was the V1 and this was the V2. Okay. So this is how we proceed. V1, V2 we calculated. We know for adiabatic process TV gamma minus 1 is equals to constant. From here we have to get T1 by T2 ratio. So this is how we proceed. The next question, 3 samples of the same gas X, Y and Z are given. Okay. Here gamma values are given to us, the volume of the sample is doubled. By 3 processes we are given with X, Y and Z. Okay. So X is an adiabatic process, for Y we have isobaric process, and for Z we have isothermal process. So this is how we proceed. Now if you see here, if we write here, the volumes are what is given in the question. Initial pressures of the samples are in the ratio P1, P2, P3 ratios are given. Okay, P1, P1x, P2x, P3x ratios are given. We need to find P2y, P2x and P3z like this. So let's proceed here. First was an adiabatic process, so we need to get P1 V1 gamma is equals to P2, this is for X, P1x V2 gamma. So P2x we need to calculate here, right? So let's calculate here P2x. P2x will be P1 V1 by V2 and whole to the power gamma. Okay, P1, P2 and P1x will find, similarly will find P2y and similarly will find P2z. So what is the relation between their volumes? The volumes of all the samples are doubled. So here we will get P1 V1 by 2 V1. So this will be cancelled out here. P2x is coming to be P1 by half to the power gamma. This is how we proceed for P1x. Now the second process is an isobaric process. Pressure will be constant. So P2y will be same as P2x. Okay, and P2z, if you see, P2z is an isothermal process. So isothermal process we know P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. So P1x is equals to P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. So we'll write P1x V1 is equals to P2x V2. So we need to get here, this is for Z, P2Z. So P1, so I'll rewrite this thing. P1Z into V1 is equals to P2Z into V2. This is what we have to do. Now P2Z we have to calculate. So P2Z will be P1Z into V1 by V2. Now V2, what is V2 given? V2 is doubled. So this will be P1Z and this will be V by 2V. So this will be coming as P1Z by 2. So now in this question, student, the ratios of their initial volumes are given. So P1, P2, if we find here, we have already got P2X is to P2Y is to P2Z. What is this coming? It will be P1 half to the power Y gamma is equals to P2 is P2. Okay, this will be same as it is. Now P2X. Similarly, we have to find for P2Z. P2Z is P1Z by 2. Now this ratios are already given to us. P1, P2, P3 are already given. So just substitute here P1X, P2Y. So if we take P2X as Y, P2Y as, this is P2Y. So if we take this as P1, so this will be 2 root 2. So if we substitute all this value, we are getting 1 is to 1 is to 1, and that will be the required answer for this question, student. Because if you see gamma value, if you plug all this, P1 will be 2 root 2. This will be P and this will be P by 2. So this by 2 will be cancelled. We will get 1 is to 1 is to 1 is the answer of this question. So let's proceed to the next question. Here if you see, a system changes from P1 V1 to P2 V2. So here this system is changing from this to this. Now you have to calculate the work done by the system. So work done by the system, if you see, work done by system, student, it will be area under this PV curve. So we can calculate here this area under PV curve. One will be a triangle, one will be a rectangle. So if you find here this area under PV curve, it will be area under triangle plus area under rectangle. Right? This is how we proceed. Now we can easily calculate this area under this triangle and area under this rectangle. If you substitute here, this area we can find it here, right? So if you see here, if you substitute all the values, we will get 12 into 10 to the power 5 joule. That will be the answer of this area. Okay. So let's proceed to the next one. The heat energy absorbed by the system through the cycle shown in the figure is given as. So you have to calculate in a cyclic process. We know whatever heat energy we are supplying, that will be used as total work done. So we can find here the total work done. So heat energy supplied will be given as total work done, and total work done we can calculate here by using area under this curve. So area under this curve will be pi into this 30 minus 10 by 2. This is the diameter, so whole square. So if you simplify this, what will be this coming as? This will be coming as 10 square pi, and that will be the answer of this question, student. Let's proceed to the next one now. A thermodynamic system is taken through this cycle PQRS SP like this. The net work done. So net work done we can calculate here. This will be equals to 200 kPa into this 200 cc. So if we multiply this, overall work done will be 400 joule. That will be the answer of this question. Right? So this is the answer of the question. Let's proceed to the next one now. A gas for which gamma is given as 1.5 is suddenly compressed to 1/4 of its initial volume. The ratio of final pressure to initial pressure. So it is suddenly compressed. So it means it is an adiabatic process. P1 V1 gamma is equals to P2 V2 gamma. Student, we need to find the ratio of final to initial pressure. That is P2 by P1 you have to calculate. So it will be V1 by V2 to the power gamma. Right? Now gamma values is given to us and V1 V2 values are given to us. So is suddenly compressed to 1 by 4th of the initial volume. So V is the initial volume, it is compressed to V by 4 and gamma value is given as 1.5. So if you solve it here, it will be coming as 4 to the power 3 by 2, and if you simplify this, this will be coming as 8. So this 8:1 is the required answer for this question, student. So let's proceed to the next one now. The pressure and density of a monoatomic gas gamma is given for this one. It is given as 5 by 3. Now the ratio of their densities are given. We need to find the ratio of their pressure. So we know that the ratio of pressures and density can be written as in terms of the volumes. We can write, and then we can substitute in terms of their density. It will be rho P2 by P1 will be equals to rho 1 by rho 2 to the power minus gamma. We need to substitute rho 1 by rho 2 values. We can substitute it here. It will be 1 by 8 to the power minus gamma will be minus 5 by 3. So if you substitute all this, we will get the answer as 128, and that will be the required answer for this question, student. So this is how you have to proceed on this one. Let's proceed to the next question. Here air is filled in a motor tube at 27 degrees Celsius. The pressure is given to us. It is suddenly burst. The temperature is given. So pressure and temperature ratio, if we know P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2. Okay. So here this relation between, we are given with pressure and temperature. So this we can write in terms of pressure and temperature. It will be V1 is fixed here because the volume of this motor tube will be same as initial one. So here P1 by T1 is equals to P2 by T2 ratio. The tube suddenly burst. The temperature of air you have to calculate. So you have to calculate T2 here. So all the values are given here. If you substitute the P1, P2 values and T1, we'll get the answer of this question as 150 K. That is the required answer, students. So here we come to the end of today's paper discussion. If you revise the whole concept, you will get a good clarity of the whole topic. The questions have been selected in a very precise manner, which will give you the whole clarity of the topic. So that's all for today. Thank you.